In this video, we're gonna dive deep into how you can use in-feed ads to scale and grow your YouTube channel or your podcast right here on YouTube. Now, I dive in depth in an interview with Louis Diaz from Top 10 Podcasts, where I really map out exactly how you can use these simple in-feed ads for as little as $5 to $10 a day to start growing your YouTube channel and reaching more of your ideal subscribers and followers. I also give some of the more in-depth advanced strategies that I haven't shared anywhere else publicly. So sit back, relax, and in this video, you're gonna learn how to blow up your YouTube channel using in-feed ads.
I guess just kick it off, man. Like, we're gonna talk about YouTube in-feed ads today because we're doing this for the podcasters and business owners out there who they have a business, they're on YouTube, they're maybe producing content regularly, but they haven't found a consistent way to grow their subscriber base and viewership. So I personally believe YouTube in-feed ads are a great way to do that. And I'm open to the idea that something is better. But to start off, what are YouTube in-feed ads? And are they the best, maybe the best way as we know right now to grow a channel with paid traffic?
Yeah. So YouTube in-feed ads are a little bit different than the YouTube ads a lot of people know of. So you're probably, and the people out there are probably used to the traditional in-stream ads, the ads that appear in front of another video on YouTube. Those are in-stream type ads. Now, those ads are great for driving direct conversions, getting people to sign up for, free training, your email list, purchasing a product, whatever it happens to be. But these in-feed ads is a different type of ad not a lot of people know about. And these ads appear in search results as suggested videos alongside other videos. You ever seen the kind of watch next? So there's usually an ad up there. In search results, there's an ad, which is a video. And then also on mobile, as people are kind of scrolling through the feed, or if they're flipping through on a TV or just kind of scrolling on their computer, it'll also pop up, just in the home feed as well as essentially a sponsored video. So this is essentially an ad that is promoting a video. It's a little bit different than the ads that play in front of videos. It's more driving people off the platform. These are YouTube ads that are keeping people on the platform and getting them to actually watch a video that you have on your channel. And that's one of the things that makes it so valuable for growing your channel, because if you can reach the right people when they're looking for what you do and what your channel is all about, the content you provide, your podcast, you've got a podcast, right? You can get in front of people that might be interested in your podcast, get in front of them with a video, and it feels like they naturally discovered that video on their own. Because these are ads that don't feel like ads, because they click on it and now they're watching a video. It's just like in Google search, we have the Google search ads. A great Google search ad, people kind of forget that they clicked on an ad. Maybe the moment they realize it, but then once they click on it, like, oh, this is exactly what I need. I typed in a Google search, clicked on the top result, which happened to be an ad, and then I got exactly what I needed. It's the same thing here. I search something on YouTube, or I'm watching a video, and then I click this video that's recommended or in the search results. And maybe in the moment they recognize, okay, this is an ad, but then once they start watching it, they kind of forget all about the fact that it was an ad, because it was exactly what they were looking for and what they want to watch on YouTube.
I love that. And I've fallen, maybe not fallen prey, but like definitely clicked on these ads myself before, just because what I searched and what was in the title and thumbnail were so congruent. And I'm like, okay, like I don't even care they paid for this. Like I'm going to click this because it just makes sense. It's exactly what I want. So for people looking to grow their channels, would you say this is a viable strategy to at least consider? If you're in we'll call it B2B space, or if you're selling stuff online, maybe it's coaching, consulting, whatever, and you want to maybe not necessarily drive people off the platform or to an offer, but you want to grow your channel and get in front of those people.
Yes, this is absolutely something to really consider as you're looking to grow a channel, get in front of more people. I will say this is to play the longer game, right? So if you're looking for more direct conversions today, you need somebody to become a lead today, book a call today, buy a product today. That's not where I'd recommend in-feed ads, right? That's where maybe the traditional in-stream ads that appear in front of other videos, you can target those, send people off to a page, you can optimize for conversions. That's going to be better for that case. For more direct response, I want a direct, immediate return on these ads. Right. But when it comes to these in-feed ads, this is what's going to help you build that brand, build up your podcast, build up your YouTube channel. If you're a coach or consultant, you're building up a channel that now people are watching that channel, and you're essentially getting people to go down the YouTube rabbit hole. We've all done it, right? We've clicked on videos, then we watched another video, and then all of a sudden our whole feed is populated with that video. Well, here's the thing a lot of people don't know is you can actually simulate that with an in-feed ad strategy where the first video or couple videos or even 3-4 videos are just in-feed ads, because you could show up because somebody searched something or they watched a related video, related podcast. You serve that as an ad. But then once they click on that video, you can run in-feed ads to people that have watched other recent videos of yours, but maybe aren't subscribed yet. So now you get them to watch more content until they get to the point where they click subscribe. And so there's actually some advanced strategies, which I don't always talk about, but I'm excited to break down here on how to really take people down the YouTube rabbit hole with an in-feed ad strategy.
I love it. Well, you saw my question sheet before this, and that was not on here. So this is bonus stuff as far as I'm concerned. All right, cool. I want to get into that strategy you just mentioned here for sure. And then for anyone listening, like who just wants to know, like, how do I set up like a basic one? I'm going to link to your video because you have a great video on this on your YouTube channel. We'll link below in the comments or in the description. But for now, just at like a 1.0 standpoint, like, you know, how should we go about picking the right video to run this ad for? And I'm sure it depends, but I'm curious with the goals we've already talked about, like what should the right kind of video look and feel like? If we're looking at our channel, we've got 100 so videos, where do we start? And any tips or advice on how to pick a good video for this?
Yeah. So what you want to look for is you want to look for videos that have a higher engagement and watch time. And it also depends on exactly what you're looking for. If you're looking to grow the reach overall of your channel and get people engaging with your content, knowing, liking, and trusting you more, then you want to look at your videos that have the longest overall watch time. So these are the videos that people watch it and they're just watching a lot of it. So let's say you've got a podcast on your channel or you got a long form video, and maybe you've got a video with a really strong watch time. Maybe there's like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes out of like an hour long video. You're like, all right, this is a good watch time on this video. Let me go and run that as an in-feed ad, because I know that what that means is everything's congruent. The title, the thumbnail, the content's engaging, people are watching it, they're not dropping off. And then when we get into talking about how to set up these in-feed ads, you want to make sure that that continues with your ad. So you want to continue to monitor the watch time. And I know we're going to dive into that in just a second, a little bit of that side of things. But what you want to do is you want to find these videos that have longer watch time if you're looking to bring people more into your world, starting to engage and watch videos. Now, usually that goes hand in hand with videos that also lead to more subscribers. And the way you can look at that is in your analytics, you can see the number of subscribers, but you want to get a ratio. So for that, you don't just look at the average watch time. You want to get the average number of subscribers per view. So you can just literally take the subscribers, divide it by the views. So the subscribers generated from that video divided by views. And you'll be surprised. There are videos that are going to generate subscribers at a much higher rate. And they're not always the longest watch time retention videos. It could be something very specific. It could be like a teaching, moment. Sometimes the shorter videos may actually generate subscribers at a higher rate than, the watch time ones. And so there's different strategies. Depends on what you're optimizing for. If you're optimizing for subscribers, then I'd look for the videos that are generating the most subscribers per view. So it's not just the greatest number, because if you have, 1 million views on a video, I'm just using big numbers as an example, a million views on a video, and then maybe you have like 500 people that subscribed. Well, if you've got a video that maybe you have 100,000 views, but you've had, 5,000 people subscribe just because that video is just more leading to subscribers. If you're looking for a subscriber goal, I'd go for that one. And then when it comes to watch time, if you're looking to have people really engage with your content, more likely for them to actually really develop more of a connection with you. And usually, again, like I said, usually you'll find the longer watch time does lead to more subscribers, but not always. Those are the videos that you want to run that are going to help you kind of basically build your channel up in the rankings, because you've got a longer watch time.
Got it. Okay, that's super helpful. I would say probably most of our clients, and it's just maybe just natural in agency. If you hire an agency, you want to see those numbers grow. Like you want to see more subscribers, more views, etc. Maybe they're not the best metrics per se. When like you're saying, watch times could be another indicator. Like, hey, we're producing stuff that the marketplace really likes, and that is that's resonating with our target audience. But I would say most of our clients are looking for subscriber growth. We're growing month over month. We're gonna keep Louis around. So that's how a lot of them see it.
Oh, yeah.
So that makes sense. I'm guessing most people watching this too want to see their subscribers numbers grow. Now, when it comes to subscribers, I have heard, maybe I've misinterpreted this or misheard this somewhere, but is it true or is it false that if you say pay or you run traffic to a video and it gets tons of views, does that watch time and those subscribers, do they count towards your 1,000, marker? If you're underneath that marker of, being monetized, do those count? Does that offset anything if you're paying for that traffic? I'm not sure if what the rules are in there, if you could clarify.
Yeah. And so to get into the monetized side, there's those different rules that they have. And if you are running these as in-feed ads that are genuinely on YouTube, like the Google ads platforms, again, the thing that's really important for us to understand here is we're talking about running these in Google ads for your YouTube, channel, not doing some of these other none of the other services. They're those other types of things. That's not good. You don't want to run bot traffic, anything like that. You want to do this specifically inside of Google Ads. Google owns YouTube. You're going into YouTube's platform and you're running the ads that way using Google Ads. And so when you do that, it should allow you to get monetized. Now, I know we've had people that run these in-feed ads in addition to their organic strategy and then go and get monetized when they reach a certain point. That being said, I don't want to definitively say, like, if you have like no organic views and it's all ads, you do it in a day, I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen with that. Like, if you just be like, all right, I'm going to throw, several several thousand dollars at this and get there in one day. I don't know if that's going to get you to monetization. But if you have this as part of your strategy, then it should allow you to get to that monetization point. And I know that we've had clients that have used in-feed ads in addition to the best practices to grow a channel. And then that gets them to the monetization point. Okay,
cool. All right. I love that. So that's super important. I'd say 99% of people watching this are not going to throw $5,000 at an ad like at the YouTube Infeed ads. Like, let's just see if we can get there in a week.
That's why I said I always just want to have the little caveat. I know but most people aren't going to do that. And again, the other thing that I want to note is you don't need to spend anywhere near that amount of money. So in-feed ads, you can do as little as $5 a day. Now, technically, you could do as little as $1 a day. I like to say with like in-feed ads, I like to start with at least $5 a day. That way you get a little bit more data, you get a little bit more traction on those videos. But you could really do any amount of money on these types of videos. And the reason for that is these are a cost per view bid. So you're bidding per view. And each view, you get to decide what you're bidding. Although, again, there's different factors that go into it. The video that you're going to link, I've got a full 18-minute. It's a step-by-step tutorial, breaks it all down. I know you'll link it there, and I talk more about like how to actually set it up, the nuances. But essentially, depending on your industry, your niche, if you're targeting US only or more other places, you could be paying 5 cents, 10 cents, 15, 20, 25 cents per view. Again, it depends on if you're looking for high level, business owner, entrepreneur, executives, it might be a little more expensive. If you're looking for, music fans or things like that, like it'll be definitely a lot cheaper. Just depends on what you're looking to target. But basically, you can get these views for pennies, right? And essentially, you can get a bunch of these views even at $1 a day or $5 a day. And so that's one of the things that makes this strategy really approachable. Because I know you've heard other podcasts that I've been on and seen me speak. When I talk about regular YouTube ads, in-stream ads, the ones in front of other videos, driving direct conversions, I always recommend, campaigns you start at $25 a day. And I usually recommend people having 2 campaigns so you don't put all their eggs in one basket. So you're talking $25, $50 a day starting budget. Whereas with in-feed ads, you could start as low as $1 or $5 with these types of ads.
True. Yeah, I think we have one campaign running. One's at 3 cents a click or 3 cents a view, and then 1 cent a view. And we're maxing out on one of them. We're maxing out the budget every day, which is great. So that was my next question. Like, how do you tell if something's running well? Like, obviously, if you get low clicks, but they're in India or Bangladesh, like maybe that traffic's not really our ideal audience. So it's like, what are some good indicators? I think one would probably be like, are we maxing out the budget? But is there anything else we could look at to make sure, like, hey, are we reaching the right people? And are we, is this campaign effective? Because when I first started running Google ads, I was like, I think we're spending money, but I have no clue what the hell we're doing. Like,
It's a great question. when it comes to countries, this is something that I think is really important because, if you're just going for vanity metrics and you're also at the spot where you kind of don't care, then you can go and target some of these other like worldwide countries. You could grow your metrics really, really high. Like you're talking about Bangladesh, different places. That being said, for most people that are watching or listening, for yourself as well, I would really recommend avoiding those countries or avoiding running worldwide. And here's why. That can potentially harm your watch time and your kind of subscriber return rate to your videos because you're reaching those people that, again, aren't necessarily going to be long-term viewers of your channel, right? They might just be clicking on things, the cost per view is really low, so Google can get a lot of views from them, but they're not necessarily going to be repeat people. They're also not going to be your ideal clients. They're not going to be your raving fans. You want to reach people, I would go to some of these countries that, like this is your audience, right? It's like, maybe it's the US, UK, Australia, Canada, and maybe it's other places too. Again, it depends on what your podcast is. And again, if you happen to have a podcast that is popular in a place like India or wherever, like, then yes, you can go to places like that. However, I would recommend, going and targeting more of who your audience is. And then in order to see how it's working, don't just look at the views and the subscribers. You can see inside of the Google dashboard, you can see, all right, how many, subscribers are we getting? How many, views are we getting? And then you can also see kind of a statistic called earned views. So you can also see additional views of the people that come in, how many other views they watch or other videos they watch, kind of cumulatively in a short period of time, right? There's a little bit of a window there. Then inside of YouTube analytics, you can actually see, okay, what's the average retention time that, what's our average watch time? In Google Ads, you can see how many people get to 25%, 50%, 75, 100%. 100% doesn't really matter. Most people don't watch a video all the way to 100%. So really, you want to look for, how many people get to like 25%. You want to have a strong number of people getting past 25%, 50%, and then 75%. If you can get a strong number of people getting past 75%, then you know that you've got a real kind of winner on your hands. And so you want to look at some of those. Now, I know the follow-up might be like, what's strong, what's not. It is really going to depend on the on your channel. And it's actually comparing. What I say with people running a lot of in-feed ads is it's comparing apples to apples. So you have two videos on your channel. Which one has the better stats? That's the one to, keep running. And essentially you're just testing the control. And so essentially, you want to find videos that have stronger watch time, stronger conversion to subscribers. Then you want to test that video out and then see how that performs. You could test another video out, see how that performs, and then see which one's better, and then pour more resources into that.
That brings me, you bring up watch time and like organic versus paid. Obviously, if you're running paid traffic to a really strong organic video, the watch time is going to tank. The click-throughs are going to tank, generally speaking, because you're going out to a cold audience. Does that hurt if you say, I'm going to stop running ads on that video and I bring it back to just organic, and now it's got this reduced watch time, reduced click-through, reduced or overall engagement? Does that hurt the video now in terms of, like, let's just say before you were running ads, it was getting a lot of suggested search traffic because Google was, or YouTube was like favoring it because they knew it was had great metrics. And then you take it off the ads, after running ads to it. Have you seen, I mean, obviously it's hard to tell probably, but have you seen a drastic effect or have you seen like ruin, really strong organic videos?
So if it's not done, if it's not caught early, if it's causing issues or not done the correct way, then it can. Okay. And I think that here's the thing to say, because there's people out there that are, saying like, don't run ads to your videos. Now, what those people are mostly talking about, though, is actually not these in-feed ads. They're talking about in-stream ads. So the ads, again, like I've mentioned, but just to clarify, the ads in front of other videos that have the skip button. And the reason is those watch times are super, super short because a lot of people skip the ad. Yeah. But if you run that as an unlisted ad, it's not going to affect your overall channel stats. So if you are running YouTube ads that are going to these in-stream ads that are going to like driving direct conversions, things like that, not your regular content. Maybe you've created a specific YouTube ad that's for a product or service or, training that you're creating. That you'll run as unlisted, then it doesn't affect your stats. You don't want to run those as public videos. That's what people are talking about, is because then if you run that video, that's a public video that has a short, like kind of, watch time, because a lot of people are skipping the ad, that's different. When it comes to infeed, this just simulates people naturally finding your video. So if you target, let's say, like you used an example of like Bangladesh, and people are clicking on the video, but they don't really, like, maybe they don't speak English, so they're watching like a few seconds and they're bouncing. Well, what's going to potentially happen is you'll get a view, but you're not necessarily going to get the watch time and the subscribers that you're looking for. And actually, the watch time is going to reduce because people are going to the video and bouncing because they don't understand it, right?
Yeah.
And so what you want to do is you want to target, let's say in the US, somebody who's watching video, like searching for things around podcasts or watching videos on how to grow a podcast, for you as an example, but then, for other people, it could be a similar. And then it's just simulating people naturally finding your content, right? Because if you're able to get in front of the same type of person that would naturally discover the content, but with an ad, then your watch time can actually be stronger. And if it's possible to tank your retention, if you do this the wrong way, then the equal and opposite must also be true. You can actually grow your watch time, retention, and organic reach if you do it the right way and you actually reach those people. But the key, and this is what a lot of people don't get, is you don't want to just create a super broad ad, especially to all kinds of different countries. It's not targeted, because then you're just going out and you're reaching anybody, and then people could accidentally click on it and then they'd be like, oh, this is not what I wanted. But if you're actually getting specific and you're targeting the ideal person, like for you, how to grow a podcast, like the keyword, or podcasts that are talking about that, then you're going to show up in front of the right people. And so now they're actually going to watch a longer portion of the video. And that's not only going to help you grow your views and subscribers, but it'll also continue to keep your watch time strong. And then, actually could even aid in your organic growth.
Makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. I like how you put that, because like if it's simulating the natural way people find videos, if it's a winner, your targeting is on point, then it's only going to accelerate that. And that kind of brings me to my next question, Alaric, which is around, like, there's a lot of different ways you can target inside of Infeed. Like there's like the max CPV there, or not. Before we can get to that, sorry. There's placements. I know I've done like placement ads where we've placed them against random, like towards like different channels, like other podcast channels. Like, hey, make sure my videos show up every time someone types in my friend Kevin Schmidlin, who also runs a similar business. Or there's keywords, like you were saying, like how to grow a podcast. Is there a way that you favor? Is there like a placement strategy that you favor when it comes to setting up, like and telling Google, where should these videos be shown?
Yeah, exactly. So there's a few different ways to do it. That's a good question. You can do the placements like you're mentioning, which is, specific channels or videos that you want to show up near. And with those, that's going to be hyper targeted, and it also could be a little bit less kind of scalable. Versus keywords is going to be a little bit more scalable, because at any time somebody's searching a keyword, or that keyword is related to the video that they're watching. So you could put in keywords. You could also put in the keyword of other, channels, or keywords that people might be searching for, like how to grow a podcast, or, how to X, Y, and Z. And what you can do is target people that are either searching that, or people who are watching a video that's kind of a related term for that particular video. And that's how it'll show up. Keywords is the main one that we like to use. And that's because it's going to be more specific too, because if you think about a channel, different people might have different content, right? Yeah. Unless it's somebody that's very mirrors you, there could be different content. So I actually want to show up. So like with my videos, maybe people are trying to learn, YouTube ads. They're watching a video about YouTube ads, or they're looking up YouTube ads. I want to pop up when people are searching that. And there could be people that made a video about YouTube ads, or they had a podcast about YouTube ads, or YouTube ads like mentioned, or people are searching YouTube ads. I want to appear those times, but not necessarily just in front of any, video that a particular person has made. So that allows me to get a little bit more specific. Now you can also target with audiences too. Audiences can be really valuable if you know who your ideal clients are. And that's also where you get a little bit riskier of having that lower watch time if you don't put in the right audience. So
see.
you can also target based on audiences where you're kind of building out, okay, I want to reach people that are interested in building a podcast, starting a podcast, etc. And that's not just going to reach them when they're actually searching, when they have intent. That's reaching somebody who's genuinely interested. Now, normally that'll be a lower cost per view because it's not as high intent. There could be, other people bidding for when people are searching like how to start a podcast, but maybe somebody who's generally interested in a podcast, you can reach them at any time. But the question is, are you reaching them at the right time? And will they actually watch the video longer? So that's where you want to check the stats. So those are kind of the three main ways. My favorite is keywords because it's the best combination between scalable and targeted. Whereas placements are a little bit more targeted, but less scalable. Audiences are a lot more scalable, but they're a little bit less targeted for this type of campaign. Whereas with keywords, that's what we recommend.
Yeah, I'll definitely echo that. I've seen our keyword campaigns do far better. I like to set up both just to see, but the keyword campaigns seem to be way more scalable, and also they just get higher clicks. I will say what's funny, I've noticed, so the retention, the video, like the 25%, have people watch 25% of the video, 50%, 75%, is in my case, in one of our channels, is actually better on the placements versus the keywords, which is odd to me. And I'm like, I have to go back and double check that. But yeah, I think it's a much, the views are very different in terms of like the amount of views each have. We're talking like a couple of thousand to like 300,000, but the watch times are like the inverse. So interesting to see that. Now, you mentioned earlier that there's a way to where you can run in-feed ads to people who have already watched your channel organically. You can keep on kind of following them around YouTube with these in-feed ads. I want to get your understand the strategy more, and that make it so that people can take this and implement this if they're already dabbling with YouTube in-feed ads, or they kind of know enough to be dangerous. I'd love to walk through that.
Yeah, so this is an advanced strategy, and I don't think I've shared this on any podcast yet. So this is an exclusive here. So this is I love it. So basically, what this is I call it's the rabbit hole, the YouTube rabbit hole strategy. So essentially, it's going down a rabbit hole. You're kind of diving, and you're now going to more and more videos, right? So you watch one video, you watch another video. It's the process people take organically, but you can actually simulate it with ads. So you would start at the top, and I'll just explain this for you. Let's say you've got a keyword of how to grow a podcast. That's the keyword you're targeting. Maybe you have a video or a podcast episode that you did, dives deep into it. It's got strong watch time, strong conversion to subscribers. You're running that. That's your first in-feed ad. That's how you get someone brand new. So somebody brand new clicks on that. They watch that video. Now they're watching that video. What you can do is you can target all the people that have watched that video, but maybe they haven't subscribed yet. So you can target all the people that have watched that video, but haven't subscribed, right? Because if they subscribe, great. They've already kind of taken that subscribe action. YouTube's just going to naturally feed them more videos. But if they haven't subscribed yet, but they just watched one video, they're not necessarily in the algorithm to get served more of your videos organically yet. They might, but not typically. What you can do is then serve another video. And what you could do is you could also find maybe that video is the best entry point, which has a higher watch time.
Right.
But maybe you have your next best video, which is one that might be a shorter video, but it's more designed to get subscribers, right? So maybe it's like a shorter video that's like punchy and hits a couple different notes. The other thing too is you could also, and actually, I'll walk you through a whole strategy. I'll just break it all down. So let's say that. So the first goal is maybe more of a watch time. Like this is like a great piece of content. It's going to also have high subscriber conversion rate to the first video. So that gets in front of them from cold traffic. Now you target anybody who's watched that video but hasn't subscribed with the next video. This is maybe a shorter, punchier video that has your highest view to subscriber ratio. You get in front of them with that video, and the goal is to get them to subscribe. Now, if they don't, what you can do is you can create an additional bucket of anybody who watches this video, or this video, and you can create a bucket of a bunch of different videos in one campaign. That's essentially your nurture bucket. So anybody who subscribed or not subscribed yet, but they've watched these two videos. Let's say these are your kind of top two videos. Now you just have a collection of a bunch of different videos that are in this bucket that it's just going to start serving them. And it's just going to keep serving them until they subscribe. Then once they subscribe, what you can do, if you have a higher ticket offer, is you can target all the people that subscribe to your channel With an in-stream ad, again, these are going to be run as unlisted. So this is a different video. This is unlisted. This is more of an ad.
Unlisted video, right?
Yeah. So unlisted video.
Gotcha.
This could be an in-stream ad that appears in front of other videos that maybe drives people directly to get a training. Hey, I just saw you subscribe. So excited to have you here. I actually want to give you a free training that's going to walk you through step-by-step how to scale and grow your podcast. All you got to do is click the link right here, and you're going to be able to get instant access to that free training. Just as a thank you for subscribing to the channel, click that link and I will see you there.
I did not know. This is cool stuff. This is ninja stuff.
Yeah.
I have never heard of someone doing that or seen anyone do that. But that would be pretty freaky if like you subscribe and then like you get hit with an ad on someone else's video and they just know you subscribe. That is pretty ninja stuff. I love it, dude. Yeah, we might have to just title that video or move this to the beginning of the episode. Increase the watch time on this sucker. I love it, dude. Yeah, I want to ask you, is there anything I left off or you think anything else super important when it comes to running in-feed ads and specifically for the goal of growing the YouTube, playing the long game here on YouTube, growing your subscribers, growing your views and watch time that you think is worth mentioning to someone listening to this who wants to start, doing this?
Yeah, so I think one other thing is you can test different titles based on, what is going to convert the best and drive more clicks. So, people I think when they start an in-feed ad traditionally that they just have to do the same title.
Right.
With the thumbnail, you can choose other thumbnails from the video, but you're not necessarily uploading a brand new thumbnail. You should usually just use the main thumbnail, but you can choose different titles. And so you could appeal to people in different ways based on what they're searching for. And you can see which ones get you a higher click-through rate, which ones get you a higher, watch time and subscriber rate. So that's one thing is you can test those. And then really just kind of comparing. One other strategy that I like is I like to test before I go to cold traffic with warm and hot. How it's a warm and hot, like my existing, viewers, audience, maybe even subscribers, although subscribers usually get served videos, but people who are viewers, maybe they've gone to the website, they've done whatever. So I'll go and target that audience with a new video that I put out to make sure that I get in front of them, even if they're not subscribed. Then I'll also see what's the watch time, what's the subscriber conversion rate. If it's good, then we'll keep running that as an ad. If it's not, then we just kind of do that for a small period of time. And it essentially just kind of like tests each video. That's a little bit more advanced. I would start off with taking your best videos and doing that to help scale your channel. But if you get to the spot where you want to start systematizing it, you could just have a process with each video. I think right now we'll put for ourselves, we'll put a couple $100 into a video, a couple $100, and we'll test and see how that video does. And then we'll see if we want to scale it up or not. And then when we have winners, we just run it long term.
And that's before running it to organic, but it's before publishing it as an organic video, correct?
So we will still publish that as an organic video. That's before running it long term as an ad.
I see. Okay, got it. Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, that is super important. Yeah, we didn't mention that. Yeah, just around testing the thumbnail. I agree. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, we're already producing a really good thumbnail for every video anyway. So unless we want to get creative and produce a bunch of other, A and B creatives, that'd be fine. But also just the titles. Have you found just shorter titles work better on ads, longer titles, more descriptive, more keywords? Anything in particular that's like a commonality when you're testing different subject lines or titles?
So it depends on what the goal is. So for watch time and retention, sometimes it's actually better to have a lower click-through rate, but a higher retention. So if I'm making a video and I know that I want to, let's say, attract coaches, consultants, and course creators to watch my video about some kind of YouTube ads tutorial, maybe the main video name on the channel is YouTube ads, beginner's guide tutorial. But if I want to reach more ideal clients, because we work with a lot of more expert-based businesses, then I might actually make the title purposely excluding people that are not our core kind of clientele. So essentially, it could be, YouTube ads for coaches and consultants and course creators. But maybe that's a little bit long. So I have a few titles I'm split testing: YouTube ads for coaches, YouTube ads for consultants, right? Then it's this is exactly what I want. It's the same content anyways, but it's if they identify as a coach, consultant, course creator, high ticket business, whatever it is, they're going to click that video and then they'll be oh, this video is for me. And so
Right.
you could test things like that. So that's another kind of way to look at it, is you can basically speak to that audience. You could have the same video that teaches people like how to grow a podcast, but maybe it's like it applies to a bunch of different industries. Maybe you're like how to grow a podcast for coaches, how to grow a
Right.
podcast for, XYZ. And you could have that be the title. And on YouTube, you don't really have the luxury of like alternative titles, but
Yeah.
on ads, you do. So you could make it more specific in the title, and then that will call out people more and lead to a longer retention.
And I believe you can do like 3 different variations, or can you do more? I want to say it's 3, but I'm not sure 100%.
You can do more than that. You can do a bunch of different variations. It might give you the default options as like 3, but you can add more. You can just do the ad once you like create it, and
Right.
you can create more variations. But I wouldn't really recommend doing more than like 5 variations. So I think that honestly, 3 is probably one of the reasons it recommends like 3 that's a pretty good sweet spot.
Gotcha. I love it, dude. I'm trying to look over my notes really quick, make sure I don't have any other questions. Oh, last thing I will mention here. So I noticed that there's a way to connect your YouTube channel with your YouTube ads account. Is that essential for getting started with these ads and maybe any other ads you run on YouTube? Or is it a nice to have? I also something with Google Analytics, but that was way over my head. So I was like, I'll leave that. I'll hire someone else to do that. But yeah.
It is essential. It is essential to do that, because that's what's going to port the stats back to Google Ads of your watch time, your retention, your earned subscribers, things like that, right? So you need to link that. The good news is it's just a few kind of clicks. And I also walk through that in that video tutorial too, which I know you're going to link below. But, for people that may be listening to this, you could just look up like Infeed ad and then my name, Alric Heck, and then you'll see the video on YouTube as well.
Love it. And then, so last thing I want to ask you is kind of a technical thing, but earned subscribers, we mentioned earned likes, earned subscribers, earned views. Those are all after the fact, like after that 7-day period after they've watched that ad. Those aren't people who just watch the ad and hit subscribe, right? YouTube's looking at, like, for subscribers, basically using everybody who subscribed after they watched the ad. Maybe not like while they're watching the ad. I don't know if there's like a hard line between those two, because I can read the YouTube subscribers, like the earned subs, but I don't know if those are like all that the campaign drove or just additional to people who sub on the
both. So it's gonna get
Okay.
it's gonna get the people that subscribe from watching the video,
Okay.
and it's also gonna get people that was the video that they saw, and then maybe they watched a couple other videos and they subscribed later in whatever that window is. So
Okay.
like a 7-day window, over a period of time. And basically, you can see specifically how many subscribers were generated from that video individually by going to the YouTube channel stats.
Love it. Dude, thank you so much. This has been just a plethora. I'm going to get the transcript for this and make sure we go over it with a fine-tooth comb, because this is insanely valuable, especially that advanced strategy you shared for just laying out. If somebody wanted to use the rabbit hole, I think it was the YouTube rabbit hole strategy you mentioned. Thank you for that. For those who are serious about doubling down on YouTube ads and Google ads, where can people find out more, and where should they go?
Yeah, so I've got a full, PDF gift that I want to give everybody who's, watching, listening to this. You can just go to adoutreach.com/gift. That's adoutreach.com/gift. Adoutreach.com/gift. It's my full 19-page YouTube ad strategy PDF. Breaks down step by step. We do talk a little bit about in-feed ads in there. It also talks in depth about the, other type of YouTube ads, running in-stream ads to drive direct conversions.
Right.
And then if you want to, learn about the in-feed ad strategy, you subscribe and check out my YouTube channel, Alric Heck, and then just look up in-feed ads and then my name. But I know you're going to link it down there in the notes as well. So there's a video, 18 minutes, walks you through step by step. And then, of course, just go to adoutreach.com. You can always book a strategy call if you want our team's help setting up ads.
Love it. Love it. Dude, you are the go-to. So everyone in the industry, I think, already knows your name, and there's a good reason why. So thanks so much for your time today, man. And thank you for everything you shared here with our audience. Pretty appreciate it.
Thanks so much.